Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got them all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every wave, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real toy zoo. Tear it through the packaging, no hesitation. Each piece, a reminder of dedication. Don't call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got history, they're my closest friends. Action figure alliance, we're speaking a claim. Battling for grails, don't care about fame. From the base of the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand. Paint them, pose them, fix them up right. Customs in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-towel finds. Each one's got a story burned in our minds. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. We're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got them all. We're after legends and stories untold. Alliance forever till the end of the line. This is our mission, this is our pride. From legends to villains.
Man, I like that song.
What's up, everybody?
I really do like that song. What is happening? We got a good few people in here already.
Yeah, we got
Some
some
of you
people.
guys were early.
Yeah, like
early.
Tony been here for like 20 minutes,
Just chilling out.
just chilling. Get ready.
Waiting to get his action figure fix in.
Oh yeah,
Which we got. I got a bunch of figures over here on the table to talk about today.
yeah, me too.
Um,
Me.
I think we got a fun subject, man.
Yeah.
This one sort of spun out of a suggestion from Jay in our Facebook group saying, hey, I'd be curious to see what your biggest regret figures were. And I was kind of like, that's a good idea. And then the more I was thinking about it more, I was like, you know what? Honestly, most of them I get rid of.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was thinking, oh, okay, maybe we need to, do a little bit of both. We can do surprises, both good and bad. What's that for?
Surprised, man.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Well, dude, this comment makes me happy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So what did you get, Stick? Apparently he likes it. What did you get, buddy? I don't think you can go wrong, honestly. But
Were you surprised at how awesome it was? Because I think he's
was
going to be.
a good surprise. Yeah, exactly.
That's great, man.
Yeah, that's cool though. We'll have to wait and see what he comes back with. Date Masamune. Oh, the blue one. Okay. That one is pretty top tier, man. That's the one I think with the big, because there's two blue ones. There's like a dark blue with some red, and then I think that's the second one that came out. And that one's got like a big sniper rifle, and he's got like a couple of pistols, and he's got some swords and shit. Yeah, man. Well, I am proud of you, dude. They're pretty awesome.
I have to see what that is, because you see Date Matsamune, and I think samurai. So,
well, they're all named after actual
samurai.
Mythological or legendary heroes.
Matsamune was a real samurai. I'm pretty sure that name is.
Yes. And I forget what the first one was, but yeah, so they're all named after proper. Well, they did one that was Lancelot, right? So that was it's got supposedly a white character is the one that's piloting it, but then they've got other ones, and they're all based on samurai and legendary warlords and things from Japan and
right.
I think China as well. So yeah, that's definitely a thing, for sure.
What's up, the core? I don't know if I've seen that person here yet. So welcome for
Welcome,
hanging out
man.
with us. Yeah,
Seems like a new name. Good work. Happy to have you. Stick says, let's see. I have a Gundam Exia metal build. They're almost identical in design, die-cast skeleton, and highly detailed plastics. Yep,
nice.
that's a thing. I'm assuming you had to put the Gundam together, though, which you didn't have to do with the Mosho toy figure. So,
Send us a picture that way we can show it off next.
yeah, man, we'd love to see it. So I'm going to show. All right, we're going off script here. Oh my
Oh,
God,
what's up, Corey?
I'm dropping shit. Hold on, I'm going off script.
Uh
So here's one of my problems.
oh.
Here's a Gundam. He's been sitting in this state of assembly for probably 6 months, maybe even more. I mean, it's super cool, but God, it's a lot of work, man. I mean, this one, I went in. Well, wait a minute. So I know these things. I don't know. I'm gonna break it here on camera.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like he's got like all sorts of pistons and stuff in his legs, and it's super cool. And like he gets this metal exoskeleton thing that kind of metal-ish, that goes over that, and then you put the armor on. You kind of build him in stages and stuff. But oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that they were action figures. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
dude.
look for some of those now. You might have enabled me, so we'll see. But yeah, this one, man, it's cool, but I'm so busy. Like I've got tons of projects I'm working
Yeah.
on that like I need to get back to this because he was expensive and this is big too. This is a perfect grade. I went in deep on my very first one, which was dumb.
Build
Don't
your
do what I
skill
do.
level before you go on the expert version.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get the biggest, hardest one I can possibly find. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Only thing I've really built was the some Star Wars figures, those little kits or whatever you put together.
Okay.
Those
I've
are
never
fun.
done one of those like from Bandai
Yeah,
or
there's a Bandai like Stormtroopers or
okay.
Mandalorian. I think I've done Boba Fett. I think I've done two black Stormtroopers, a couple white Stormtroopers, and they're fun. The articulation's a lot better. They look like really good figures. So
Yeah.
should have added that to the surprise. Out, put
Oh,
them
you should
together, and I was
have.
like, man, these. I'll go grab one here in a second. As we play the intro.
We should. Yeah. Somebody instead of just knocking stuff on the floor and pulling out half finished models should
Before you
really
drop something and log yourself out again.
do his job over here, man. Yeah. All right. All right, here we go. Let's start this one proper.
In a perfect world where legends collide, tiny heroes standing side by side, guardians of playtime in disguise, action figure alliance on the rise. Join the alliance, come take a stand, with a many armies ruling the land. Hail to the heroes, molded with might, action figure alliance unite tonight.
Well, at least we know this week that we are live properly, because my wife hasn't come in the room and we've actually got feedback from people.
Interactions. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking to people, so we're
Yeah. My
good.
wife hasn't popped in the room going, "You're not online."
Yeah, it was funny. Last week we went a good 5 minutes
Yeah, we
and
did. We
couldn't
did.
recreate it. It was awesome, and then
Yeah.
we just went at it.
Big fat
Went
oops.
back to it, yeah. But
Um,
yeah, that's the figure I'm talking about.
oh, that's cool. So I
Yeah,
hear that they're like really light. They don't feel
they're
like a
very
normal
light.
action figure.
They're
Yeah.
very light, yeah.
Okay.
And decent articulation. You just got to worry about some of the things falling off the belt, but I mean, and the shoulder pauldron popping off like it just did. But I mean, it just snaps right back in there,
Yeah.
and it has a little thing where it'll float. So that's cool too. So yeah, pretty cool.
All right. I'm
Yeah,
kicking on
we
some
went right back on there.
music. That's cool, man. I might have to do one of those. I've been tempted, but again, I have enough projects already.
I built droids, a couple stormtroopers, and a Mandalorian.
Okay.
So
All right.
I think I have like 3 or 4 I need to do.
Yeah,
still, that have just been on the shelf. So one day I'll dig them out and do another one.
that's cool.
Star Wars.
I want one of those big Bandai like super detailed Millennium Falcons. But like from what I can tell, I think you have to actually paint those things, and that's
Yeah, I
like
think so.
hard pass.
I mean, the only thing I did with this was water slide,
Yeah,
and I made that. So like it looks pretty cool.
yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah. So guys, we're gonna discuss our biggest surprises, both good and bad. So, figures that maybe we purchased thinking one thing, and then it went the completely other direction, or at least that's kind of
Figures you just thought, all right, I'm going to buy this maybe to be good, but it just kind of exceeded your expectations, probably
in a good way,
or didn't meet them.
yeah, or didn't even live up to the high expectations you had, or something.
Yeah,
So,
true.
I don't really have anything laid out in a particular order. What about you? Do you have anything you want to start off with?
I mean, the good, the bad, the ugly, we'll show it all. And
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I will say that we've also got some fantastic photos.
Oh yeah.
We've got a little bit of some Take My Money, and I feel like there was some. Oh, you had a
Shelfie, yeah.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Very interesting shelfie. It's
Okay.
right over here.
Yeah, I haven't seen it fully put together, but it's a good one. It's a good one. It's cool. All right. Well, you want to start us off, man?
Sure.
All right. Let's go over here to the spotlight then. What you got?
Oh, hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So since I rebooted, I had to go back to my Canva real quick. Just real quick. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Can't show off projects that can't be seen yet.
Okay.
So that means it's got to load. Because my
So are you sharing then?
I am sharing.
You're going to share. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, share. Share because I'm going to share the first thing.
Oh God.
The first bad because it is for both of us. Now we were excited.
Yeah.
I will just say that we were excited. We were at Joe Fest last year, and we were walking around. We are like, "Oh man, look at these! These are cool military toys. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy these." Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy some too." And we each bought the same figure. I bought a Mad Dog and a Trooper.
Yep.
I think you did the same.
Yep.
And we're looking in box. In box, they look great. You get these things.
They looked okay.
They looked in box. They looked okay. You get these things home at worst articulation ever. You see that? All right. You see this butterfly joint? It's not a butterfly joint.
It's not.
It's like the most misleading thing ever.
Yeah.
It
looks
is static.
like
and
there's a
glued.
cut there for a butterfly joint that was just never put in.
It's not. Maybe they planned it, but it never happened.
Yeah.
And the stuff, the modularity of this was a good idea,
That didn't
but it
work.
was poorly executed.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
this vest is completely open in the back. It's just straps in the back. Like, come on.
And they didn't fit very well, and the paint was horrible.
Look at the curve in the gun.
Yeah. The guns were gummy, and it was like somebody was trying to dry brush, but used way too much wet paint, and it was just slathered all over everything.
Yeah.
They were awful. I mean, just all around bad. As a matter of fact, I ended up giving mine away.
Yeah, so that's the thing is we both tried to sell these at several toy swaps and in events, and I tried to sell them on Whatnot. Nobody was interested. We finally get to Toylanta. We're the first setup at Toylanta, and people come through and somebody bought them. And I think we paid like $30 a piece for these things. I think I sold them for like $10 a piece, and I was happy to get them.
But I gave mine away if you spent like $50 or $100, I forget. But God, they were awful.
Really bad.
You know, the guy who made these, or the guy who did the sculpt for him, was Don Man Arts, and I don't think he's a bad sculptor. I think it just kind of the whole project came together, you know, maybe from the manufacturer side, the paint side, all that kind of stuff to make something that, you know, could have been good, just an atrocity. And the thing that Trey didn't say here is we set up at the swaps right next to each other on multiple times with both of us having these on the table. And I think we both started off at trying to get like $25 out of them or a piece or something out of them. And it was a race to the bottom for each of us where, Trey had his out for 30 and I didn't even know that. And I put 25 on mine. He was like, damn it, how much are you trying to undercut me? And I was like, I'm not trying to do anything, man. I didn't even know. And then he would drop his prices and I'd be like, you son of a bitch. I'd have to go back and drop my prices. And then, thankfully.
Sold him first.
He did.
I actually got paid for mine.
What's that?
I said I actually got paid for mine.
Yeah, that's true. I did not, but yeah.
And this guy does excellent 3D work. Like his 3D prints are cool.
Yeah.
I have stuff from him. But here's the thing that kind of ties into like what's going on right now with all this tariff stuff. And I know we don't like that word, but people are talking about moving factories. Well, these came out of a factory in South America. And I think a lot of the problems came from maybe they didn't know what they were doing.
So
and maybe they didn't go through all those cycles of like, hey, you need to fix this, or they knew how to fix any of that. So, there's maybe a little give as to if they ever come out with something else.
Here's the thing about that is like, there is expertise with history, and certain companies or certain manufacturers in certain countries have that expertise and have that quality that they can put into things because they just know what they're doing. And it really showed with the paint on these guys that this company didn't know, how to apply their paints, for example. And I'm betting that a lot of the problems were from the company, saying, oh, we can't manufacture that well to that tolerance, and, cause some issues there. So,
yeah.
Anyway, let's move on from this.
Moving on. All right, stop sharing, and I'll go to
your spotlight.
Spotlight, yeah.
All right.
And we'll do a good versus a bad.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should alternate back and forth.
I'll do a good and a bad, and then
I'll do the same.
You'll do one. Okay.
All right.
So mine is gonna be Jada Toys Ryu.
Yeah.
Because I bought this figure because everybody was talking about it, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be good. And I got it, and it was freaking amazing. To put this guy in all the different martial arts stuff, and yes, I started studying martial arts for a long time, I can do it. You can put him in whatever thing you want. You want to put him in a high side kick, you can do it. You want to put him in weird kata positions that nobody knows, but a traditional martial artist, you can do it. It's just he's got the articulation, all of it, and the whole entire line is bangers. The whole entire line is bangers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, all right, I got this figure, and I was like, all right, now I got to have a Ken. Now I got to have a Fei Long. Now, I got them all now. How they scale with G.I. Joe?
Evil Dukey's got a little devil next to some poop in his name. That's fantastic, dude.
Yeah, love it. So how do they scale with G.I. Joe? So there's a Cobra Viper, and they scale
pretty well, I'd say.
Pretty well, yeah.
So their proportions are a bit more on the heroic side.
Yeah, they are.
They're a bit bigger, more muscular, versus G.I. Joe being kind of realistic proportioned. But height wise and otherwise, they're close, man.
And it comes with various different hands, and just the sculpt on this guy, it's really cool too. I mean, it looks like, they did the gi right. They give a traditional karate gi with the kanji on the belt. Like,
yep.
I love this thing.
And it's nice and soft too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And, I should have done the bad version that's in a karate gi I have, but we'll get that here in a little bit.
All right. I'm going to leave. Let's see. I got yelled at for leaving my mic on the table last time I showed off the table. So let's see. Can I put that over here? It still shows. All right. Well,
it'll be all right.
Hold on. It's fine. Can you guys still hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me desk cam. I'm gonna desk cam it up. Okay, so biggest disappointment. So this is the Joy Toy 1/18 scale Lieutenant Titus. And yeah, this is one of my big disappointments. Not because the figure sucks or anything, but because I bought 2 of them because I'm an idiot.
Double the disappointment.
Yeah. No, like I got one. It showed up in the mail, and I was like, awesome. You know, I was looking forward to it. And then a few weeks later, and well, about 2 weeks later, another one showed up, and I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I bought 2 of them. So that was, I guess that's not really disappointing in the figure. It's disappointing in me for not keeping track of my pre-orders better. So yeah, throwing this one out there. I know that's cheating, but I still thought it was kind of funny.
So do you have the other one still, or did you sell it?
Oh yeah, oh no, I do have the other one. I'm trying to sell this one, but
so what was bad about it? Like what was the bad? What was the deal? What was so bad about that figure?
Nothing. It's awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. Okay, that's your good one.
No, that's my bad one because I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh, okay.
It's a disappointment because I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
but that's, you like it, so it's.
I don't like 2 of them. I don't like spending double on a figure that I don't need 2 of.
Yeah, but you could sell it and tell somebody, hey, this is freaking awesome. You should buy
well,
it.
I've tried.
Whereas we're not going to do that with fist figures. People were sitting there asking, how's this figure? How's this figure? Well, it's okay.
It's got
and
all.
they'd leave when we look at each
it
other.
away.
We'd leave and we look at each other and we'd go, man, these figures are trash.
All right, so we need a good one to follow that up with. All right, yeah, I'll just break this one out. So this is the Hisuki Black Ops figure. So it's one of these where like I ordered it on a whim because I thought the pictures looked cool, and I was like, I don't know anything about the company. There hadn't been any reviews for it out at that point in time. You know, I got it early on a pre-order, and man, when it came in, holy crap. This is like, you know, G.I. Joe Classified ramped up to like, you know, 11.
Beyond Mezco, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, look at all the detail on the helmet. Like, that is actual, like, kind of that soft Velcro-y material up there on the top. It's got little wires that go around to the headset. It's got his little pop-down computer
pops
map.
down, yeah.
I mean, the weapons are awesome. You can, like, you know, take things off and add things to them.
It has Picatinny rails on the top of it, man. Like, you can remove those on the rail.
Yep.
There's a flashlight on the rail.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this figure is badass. I have basically nothing to say about it other than the fact that, you know, some of the details are so small, they're fiddly. But I'm not going to complain about that because they really add to the overall, you know, the figure, you know.
I put it with my Valiverse Green guys. That's why I was looking. I was like, man, I that's a great option there because I didn't even think about that one, but that is definitely a big surprise.
Yep.
And they have patches too, right?
Yeah, this is the patch that I put on there. Didn't come with that on. Same with this one over here.
What was it? You only got the patches if you pre-ordered it or something?
So I think so. And they had an extra, like a separate neck peg. That like the original neck peg, the helmet was a little bit, or the head was a little loose, and it came with a replacement neck peg if you got it from, I don't know, the right vendor.
Yeah,
just a little bit weird.
Because I got that. I remember changing the neck peg and putting the patches on.
Yeah. So anyway, it was an expensive figure, and you know, I didn't have any experience with the company, so I was worried about it. And then when it showed up, man, just I think it blew me away. It blew you away. I think Abby ended up getting it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 of them. One to kind of use for some customization. I've actually been trying to track down. I've got some of this company's soft goods you can buy separate. And so that's what I used on one of my other customs. So yeah, man, badass figure.
So when they do more of those, and they have, because I was looking on 5K a while ago, and I think there's a Arctic version.
Yes.
Arctic, yeah,
There's an Arctic dude and there's a bomb disposal guy, but
yeah,
I don't think either of them have actually shown up yet.
right.
So,
They're still pre-orders, so
yeah.
I need to pull the trigger on those. I hadn't yet, but
All right, so that was a bad and a good for me.
Okay.
You ready to go back to your spotlight?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Now, last year at IshCon, everybody's talking about this figure, and I ended up buying it. It's got the cake, but it's that's about it.
It's kind of a statue, right?
It is a statue,
Yeah.
and then not talk about the panther that comes with it,
Yeah.
but the reason I can never resell this is because I heated it up. When I heated it up and I popped the head, the peg came with it.
Oh crap!
So I have the whole screw method repair, so it looks okay, but it's just it's a static figure. The tail moves. That's it. The tail and the head move.
Yeah.
It was.
So I know
really,
some people like it, but I think it's you and I want action figures to be very action oriented.
yeah, and the jaw move, that was cool.
Yeah.
But the fact that after I heated it up and I pulled it off, the peg came off. I was instantly pissed.
Yeah.
And then she's just not articulated well.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like a background character now.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that's
Well, I actually had one of those. I won one in the raffle at IshCon last year, and sold it within like 10 minutes.
You sold it to Abby?
Uh,
No, you sold it. There was somebody there.
There was somebody that we knew, but I forget who it was.
There was somebody there that was trying to buy it from you, and you traded with somebody else, and I don't remember who it was.
There was some dude that was trying to lowball me on it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, it retails for more than that, and it's like sold out everywhere. I don't want to just like give it away.
If I'm not
And he was
mistaken,
like,
Abby offered you another figure for it, and you took the trade. And
no, I took the cash.
you took cash.
I got cash from somebody, I think. I don't remember who it was, but yeah, I was just like, no, it's just not for me. It looks like a great figure, and somebody else wandered up, and I was like, man, this guy's, they're like, what are you guys talking about? And I explained it, and he was like, oh, I'll give you this much for it. And the other dude was like, well, shit. And I was like, what? I mean, I'm not trying to start an auction here, bro, but you were obviously lowballing, so I'm going to take this.
Yeah. You had it for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, that was my bad figure.
All right.
And now we're going to go with the good. And I got 2 examples because I am absolutely in love with Sparrow Toys AWOC now. And I will tell you that when this line came out, I bought a couple figures. I was like, man, these are cool. They're just not for me. I don't have the space for them. I'm really not into the whole thing. I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Went to Toylanta. I got this guy. And he looks super cool, and the jaw articulates, so that's even better. But I've gone crazy with these figures. The articulation on these is amazing. The head sculpts are amazing. Every time I get one of these figures in, I'm like, man, these are cool. Now, are there some problems? A few, but
What? Like what?
like this one has a thigh, like a gap between the leg thigh.
Oh, okay.
So that's not a big deal. I mean, if you push it up, it's a little loose. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
But I just love the weapons look awesome. I mean, that sword's really cool. They always have a secondary cool weapon. The armor's awesome. I haven't done it yet, but you can heat these up in hot water, boil and pop the feet off, and change the armor. So when I go to IshCon, I will be buying some of the like kind of basic $17, $18 figures and some armor sets, and doing some customization and making some of my own figures.
I like that they do the armor sets and the weapon sets and things like that. I passed on them for quite a while and ended up picking up a couple. I got one at one of our local shows, and I dug it. It was really cool. It was that white one with the gray and the red. But monkeys just kind of aren't my thing. But now they're starting to do lots of other animals, and yeah, I'm down, man. They're pretty cool.
This DTOF section is full now.
Damn. All
Yeah.
right.
And I got more on the way, and I got more on the buy this con. So, yeah, that's what made me pull. I pulled the AIM and Hydra out to put that in. So
Okay.
it's almost full.
So I'm kind of curious if anybody else in chat is getting the Spiro toys. Been surprised by them in a good way because they seem like they're still a little bit underground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
And yeah, both of us seal of approval.
Yes, major seal of approval. And I think that if you get a chance to go online, the very first issue is free. You can go on their website. You can download the comic. There's a first issue's free, and then the rest are like $1.99 for the digital copy. And I just saw a post this week that issue 7's in the works, issue 6 is in lettering, and there'll be another one. But the story's pretty good.
That's cool.
So that kind of, having a story to go along with it helps. But yeah, these two big surprises for me. I just thought, hey, I'm gonna get this figure and see what it's like, because these are kind of like a different wave. There's 4 waves out now.
Something like that.
These are wave 4, but even getting wave 1 figures, I'm like, oh, okay, these are cool.
Yeah. Did you back the Lizardmen and Avian Kickstarter?
I did not. I didn't. That was that's so new. Toylanta. That was when I really dove down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So it's been for me to get all that in that short amount of time.
That's the way you do it, man.
I sold stuff on Whatnot to buy those, and they've had some deals. And
cool.
Don't buy them on Big Bad Toy Store. You'll pay too much.
All right. It sounds like Evil Stick picked one up.
Yeah,
that's cool. And he backed that wave. Right on, man. That's cool. Yeah, it sounds like we're all kind of in a similar boat. Okay, so this one really made me mad. So this is Amazing Yamaguchi from the Monster Hunter video game. This is the Hunter figure. He's like in dragon armor. You can't see him too well through there, but I mean, cool figure, right? Cool armor, awesome look, and it's Amazing Yamaguchi. So super posable, comes with some neat weapons. God damn it, he's like 5.5 inches tall, maybe not even that. Made me mad because, like, how would I know? It's an Amazing Yamaguchi figure. I figured they were all going to be the same scale, and BBTS says that it's a 1/12 scale figure. No, it's not. They gave a length or they gave like a height or a tall measurement, and it's actually for one of the weapons. It's for like this sword.
So this is the one you were talking about. Look,
yeah, man. Yeah. Super pissed me off.
You're pissed. You're like, you're not gonna believe what they did.
Was so anyway, this is my super disappointing. Also because like I know a lot of people, say that Amazing Yamaguchi isn't for everybody, but they're one of my favorite brands. Now, I don't get everything from them, but everything that I've gotten from them, it's been awesome. And I love to pose my figures, especially when you can get like extreme poses and, the figure actually stands or holds it and does stuff like that. And like the Amazing Yamaguchi figures, like the way they do the cuts and everything, you have to get it. You have to work at it to make them look good. But man, when you do, it's such a payoff and it's so worth it. You can do so many cool poses. So I was excited about this, and then I get it, and it's like, wait a minute, he's like 5 inches tall. He won't go with anything I have. So, yeah.
I thought they were going to take that back because the false advertising technically.
I don't remember, but no.
No.
Because like, I think I sat on him too long before I opened him and realized. I don't remember. I was pretty annoyed though, regardless.
Put it on
Okay.
the swap table. Maybe somebody will buy it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. All right, so I'm gonna save some of the best for last, both I suppose best and worst. Um, so I'm gonna break out Kung Fu Panda.
Ooh,
I think I showed him off on a stream. Not,
this is somewhat of a recent purchase. I mean, you hadn't
yes,
had
it
it too
is.
long, so
It
yeah.
is. And it's one of those where I got hyped for the figure. I was like, oh, I'm loving all these guys. I'm going to get the panda, you know? And then, like, I finally saw it shipped and I was like, what the hell was I thinking about? Why did I buy that? You know, like,
Mm.
what the, you know? And then he shows up and I'm like, this is awesome. So it's like roller coaster of, you know, like I see stuff sometimes and I just get hyped for things for dumb reasons. And then later on I like I might get annoyed with myself and then he shows up and he's just awesome. Like I love this figure. I haven't put the there are lights that go in his eyes to make them glow green, which I have not bothered with yet. But I mean, the soft goods are beautiful. I was able to get him in this really cool pose, you know, and his head is kind of looking down in this pose. So when I have him, trying to see, when I have him, he's kind of doing this, and I think that's really cool, and
Mhm.
it just looks great sitting on my desk. Because yeah, I mean, this figure has been so good that it is currently a desk figure, which is high
Okay.
praise.
Yeah. It's like top notch, top level.
Yeah, that's high praise. So that was my good and bad. Let's
Yeah.
head back over to you.
There's my desk figure.
Oh yeah,
We could have talked about this one being a surprise, but everybody already knows that's an awesome figure.
yeah. That's the thing. Like I tried to pick out figures that I hadn't really talked too much about on the show.
Mhm.
So they're not only surprises for us, they'll be surprises for our audience. That instead of me pulling out like, oh yeah, he's talked about that thing a dozen times.
Yeah. Hey, what up, Tony? So Jay, if you're still here, don't hate me after this, my friend. Don't hate me after this, because
Oh, are you doing the thing that I think you're going to do? Oh, okay. Never mind.
shelf diving mother. Mm. This is the most shelf diving figure I've ever had. I don't care how deep you put it on the shelf; it's gonna fall over and knock something else off, and it's gonna
Yeah.
shelf dive.
It's going to find a way.
It's gonna find a way, because as cool as this figure looks, it is not gonna stand up. You can you can pose it. I don't care how you figure it out and pose it. It's gonna, after time, the top heaviness of this figure is gonna make it do a shelf dive. It's gonna fall.
You know
I
what's
keep it on
funny?
the shelf like this.
He's going to find a way to fall off.
He's still gonna find a way to fall off. Yeah. And then on top of that, so it took a shelf dive. This is what happened. Oh,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it still goes back in there. Technically, I can glue it in,
Yeah, it's fine.
but come on.
Okay. So I almost did him as a bad and veteran William as a good.
Yeah.
Because strangely, my veteran William is standing basically fully upright, with his like knuckle duster, blades on him, and he does not fall. His joints move great.
Good.
What?
He's on the shelf. He's good.
Yeah.
Veteran Williams good.
But it's the same figure.
But-
Why does one suck so much versus the other?
I don't know if it's the tolerances at the factory or whatever, but these legs do not want
Yeah.
to stay up, and I'm pretty sure it's his knee joint.
Yeah.
And, it's a little loose, but even the head. So the head was a problem.
Mm.
I popped the head off, and then I had to use heat to get it back on there. It was like pulling teeth.
Mm.
I was like, okay, I'm never taking the head off this figure again.
So I actually put mine in a 3-point stance.
Yeah.
I went full werewolf mode with mine and put him in like a football stance.
I have the no clothes, just straight werewolf.
Yeah.
So I have both. I have this one, and I have the.
Well, he should be your werewolf, and you should have veteran William as your clothed version.
Well, no, it's not Veteran William. It's another version. I don't know. I got 3. So,
Oh.
but this one,
Okay.
I better lay it down back here so it doesn't fall off. Literally, when I got it off the shelf, I put it up here and it knocked something else off. It knocked that Gladiator Atreyu off. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that's funny.
Don't break that figure. All right, so we're gonna go to it good. All right, we're gonna save the best for last, but we're gonna go to this one. I really like this figure.
Oh, okay.
Savage Press. And for me to talk really good about a Black Series figure, this is the best Black Series figure that's been out in a long time. But for one, it's about the only Black Series figure that's been out for a long time. But there's a lot of stuff coming out now, and the soft goods are good. The head sculpt's awesome. The articulation is good. I like it. I was surprised. I like the weapon. It exceeded what I wanted with a Savage Press.
Well, you know what? I should have used that. They did that red dude that came in the little book package, Star Wars Black Series, but it was like the little book, and he was like one of those red royal guards, but had a name like Kyle Katarn, maybe.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be from Dark Horse Comics. It was supposed to be Kill Katarn or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. That was like, I hated it for all the Black Series reasons. Like, he comes with trigger finger hands, and the guy's got like a staff weapon, basically no other accessories. I don't know.
They knew they shit the bed on that figure because they completely got the box wrong. Like,
they got the box wrong. Yeah.
They did bad on that one. They knew it.
All right. So you ready for me to go?
Your turn. Yeah, your turn.
Okay, so I guess we're starting off with bad here. Okay, I'm gonna do this guy. So yeah, this is a Halo figure. I think from Sentinel. Could be wrong. Forget. But the Master Chief figure that actually is one of the early figures that got me started in the 1/12 scale collecting, I loved. Now, it was expensive, but it was a very cool figure, and I actually got it on sale, which probably should have told me something. But I loved that thing. I got this somewhat recently, and man, I paid full price for it, which was outlandish. I forget what it was, like $150, $170. Some of the new ones are even more expensive. And it feels like it's one of those model kit figures. There is basically no paint on it. All of it is just the plastic, the color of the plastic that it was cast in. Right. I mean, there's a little touches of some paint here and there. And the thing that also makes me mad is that, like, basically this is it. This is all you get in like the $160 package. No other guns. I think you got a couple of other hands, but
salty, bro.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and like Master Chief has much more substantial weight to him, whereas this one only seems to have weight in the legs. Like, Master Chief seemed like he had a full metal endoskeleton, where it's just the legs. I could be wrong on Master Chief, but regardless, he's much heavier and much more solid feeling. The joints move well. The figure looks okay, but it's just like it is nowhere near worth the money that they are charging.
So that's maybe a $30 or $40 figure, not a $160 figure.
I mean, I could even see it being like a 60 or a 70, but even at that point, yeah, you should have more accessories. It should come with, a few guns, a pistol, a rifle, maybe, something else,
Yeah, I'm a fan of a military figure with no secondary. You gotta have that. You gotta have the knife.
What the hell? And like, it's got little parts that come out, like it's made to hold other weapons, but it doesn't come with them. And then on top of it, to add insult to injury, some of them, they have special versions that do come with one extra weapon, and you're paying like $20 or $30 for that one extra weapon.
For $160, and you gotta pay $180 to get a little sidearm? No.
Yeah. If you guys go and look these up on BBTS right now, you'll be shocked at how expensive some of them are for what little you actually get. Right. And that was really it with this. It's like more the money than anything else with it. Right. it does meet my requirements of it has good articulation. You can see he can shoulder his weapon really well.
Hey,
And the joints move, they hold in place nicely. It's a decent looking figure. It's just like worth less than half of what they want for him.
financial disappointment is a thing, man.
Yes, it is.
yeah.
It is. All right. So, okay. So for a good one, I am showing off a Mythic Legions figure. So I mean, what everybody knows what you get with Mythic Legions, right? You get paint, you get decoration, you get sculpt, and this is one of their very early ones, or one of my very early ones, should I say?
I don't know that I've ever seen that, so yeah.
Oh, dude, this is a baller figure, man.
Yeah.
I mean, his sword with the flame effect that slides on and off. He's got these huge pauldrons that like have these big skulls on them. He's got, the flaming skull head, and I mean, yeah, dude, it's an awesome figure, man. This actually, kind of got me going down the rabbit hole of some Mythic Legion stuff. So, yeah, pretty damn cool figure. You got this one on the way, Jay? That's cool, man. I was telling myself for a while that I was only going to do the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse from them. That didn't last. So yeah, that was my kind of surprise. Cool figure. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah. All right, so kind of down to the last 2. So,
Oh, I got plenty.
man, I got a couple more, but as far as pairs go, good and bad.
Oh, okay.
Zoo freaking Jitsu.
Yeah.
Don't buy this. Don't buy Zujitsu. Look, I mean, so literally, I had this figure already in Daniel LaRusso, but Daniel has some. It is literally the same figure, and we talked about this not too long ago when I got it. The martial arts thing is my thing. I love it. I love karate, especially with traditional gis on. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick this up. And the articulation is very bad. The knee double pinned, very badly articulated joints. I mean, the head sculpt's kind of cool, but not. Has a tail. Fuck that thing. Not at all a good figure.
Yeah.
Highly disappointed, and yeah.
So you got somebody here from the swap, man. Welcome,
Okay.
Mr. Crispix.
Nice.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, man. I'm glad you came out. So, let answer this for me, Mr. Crispix. Did I hand you one of these? Because I got surprised at the swap. Alan came by and handed this to me. So we have stickers designed. We need to get them brought in, which I think they'll be ready for Joe Fest. They won't quite be ready for IshCon, but
Yeah, and that was my bad. I forgot about the timing of IshCon, and I've been so busy. Look, guys, I'm gonna talk about this again. All right, I'm gonna interrupt our regularly scheduled programming. So you've noticed that our weekend videos have fallen off. I've not really put any work towards there. However, I have a project that is like near and dear to me, and I've been working on for ages. That is coming soon, and when I say coming soon, like I mean like legit coming soon.
Okay.
And then the thing that kills me is like after that project, I've got a whole string of other projects, and all of them are going to be big and complex, but hopefully like make an actual impact, or at least to some people.
I think it's a game changer, man. I think it's a sweet idea. I'm excited for it. I've been excited for it since day one when you told me. I've kept my mouth shut. I'm ready for this to drop so we can talk about it.
Soon, very soon. But
I mean,
the thing
this
is-
man upgraded his entire PC
yeah,
just for this.
yeah. So anyway, I've been going heads down trying to work on this. I'm putting in hours almost every day, trying to get stuff done and get things ready. So just throwing that out there. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's all good. It is. I'm excited. I'm getting
Yeah.
to see a little preview tonight after the show.
What's that?
I'm excited. I might get to see a little preview, more
Oh, yeah.
previews after the
A little
show.
bit more of a
so,
sneak peek.
yeah. So this is my surprise.
Okay.
And I bought this Panther and it came in. The Skeletor is kind of out of this equation, but he's riding it. So
Okay.
it's his mount.
Panther by himself.
Yeah, just the Panther by himself. Look at this guy, man. This guy is so freaking epic. This made me completely. What's up, Bobby? How you doing, bud? This figure made me completely pull out all of the Masterverse and put them on the shelf. Articulated jaw, yes. Good, decent articulation. Not the best, but like,
Yeah.
as far as I want them to remake Battle Cat in this method. Well, he's got his mask is off because Battle Cat's mask, the eyes are painted on, and it's from the cartoon.
Oh,
the
yeah.
updated cartoon. This is more, I would say, not comic or show accurate, but like if you really made a Panther, this is
That is not the Mondo one. That is the
No.
Kenner Masterverse, right? Or Mattel.
This is the Mattel Masterverse
Oh,
one.
Masterverse,
The Mondo one makes this one look horrible, but for what this is an epic figure because
You know, I don't. I've got one figure from that line, and it was a San Diego exclusive Scareglow, and I've never taken him out of the box, so I don't know like how good they are.
it's okay. I mean, I had Fisto fighting Atreyu a while ago, so I mean,
Okay.
they're not the greatest. They're not too bad. I enjoy them because I like He-Man.
But they don't have the Mondo cost either, so there's that.
No, this was probably $50 or $60. I can't remember.
That's not terrible.
So yeah, not
Put
bad
a
at
zero
all.
behind that, and you get the Mondo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my Skeletor, one of my Skeletors has a mount now, and yeah, it made me literally take the bin out and take down whatever was on that shelf and make a Masterverse shelf again.
Ooh, cool.
Because I wanted to see it. And
All right.
when a figure does that, to me, it's a big surprise.
Well, dude, I think we got to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
I just realized it's almost 9 o'clock already, man.
Oh man.
We have a tendency to ramble. All right, my turn. Okay, so we're gonna have to apologize to Jay again. That's like twice in one episode, because my disappointment figure is this figure. Yeah, so I this figure was both a surprise good and a surprise bad. All right, surprise bad. He's a shelf diver. He's a hardcore shelf diver. His wings fall off. He doesn't hold on to his sword very well. He can't okay, so it's kind of hard for me to show, but I want to love him because he looks so good, but I mean, he just kind of, everything's loose on him. And like, I have a love-hate relationship with Mythic Legions, and I love the way they look. I hate the way that they. All right, here. You know what? I'm gonna do something here. We're gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about.
While you're doing that, I didn't get to do this earlier, but
Good job.
yeah.
Okay.
I never used that. I like it.
We're gonna zoom in. All right. Oops, that's the wrong side. Okay, we're gonna come over here.
Close up.
Woo! All right, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna come down this way. We're gonna zoom
Sorry.
in even more.
I watch
Okay.
Wayne's World too much.
All right. Do you guys see what's going on in this shelf?
Disco party?
There's a bunch of figures that have fallen over.
Oh,
And that's a Mythic Legion's problem. Like there's one Mythic Legion's figure that took out like 5 figures.
That happened to me today.
Oh man. So they just their joints, I don't know what it is about them, but they just don't like can I zoom in even more? Yeah, just a little bit more. I don't know, man. They just aren't, they don't have the tolerances dialed in like they need to. And the thing that kills me is some figures are like that and some figures are perfectly fine. Anyway, I've just got this like, let's go medium, I think is what I do. I've just got a love-hate relationship with them. Yeah, this guy is both a surprise, good, surprise, bad. And he really does look awesome. And they have gotten better, I would say, for the most part. But I think, in terms of their lack of articulation, they are actually working on that. And I think one of their upcoming waves is actually going to have some double joints on some figures and stuff too. So I'm excited to see, how that's all going to play out. And, if you get them in a good pose and you can kind of maybe like, one of the things that I do with this one, and I was just saying, hey, we need to speed things up. But for Jay specifically, one of the things I do with this guy is when you get the wings in, you can kind of hook them over the horn on the shoulder pauldron to help keep them standing upright. Just a little trick that I've learned from watching him try to fly, and the wings, end up laying on the floor. So, all right. I've got a very different one for my good surprise this time around.
Let's put it this way. Jay's mother, who's in her 70s, has become enamored with Mythic Legions. She found them because of my love for figures, and she's decided to buy me the ones she likes.
That's is cool. Pretty cool, man.
That is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you will get some enjoyment out of them. Hopefully yours don't have the shelf diving thing like mine do. I'm breaking out a Transformer, guys.
Okay.
So this is a masterpiece scale Galvatron. Always loved the character in the movie. And saw this figure and took a chance on it. And why I say that is because this is a third-party figure. This is a Fans Toys figure. And I've had some masterpiece Takara Hasbro figures, and I thought they've been good. Really cool, especially like when they first started coming out. I was enamored with them. But then, as they kind of went, it was like, oh, okay, that's all right. Or maybe they missed the mark on them here and there. But this guy is actually what made me realize that third-party figures are better than first-party figures when it comes to Transformers. In every way, shape, or form, this figure is basically better than anything else you can get. He's got tons of die cast on him. He is super posable. I mean, you can hear that ratchet joints.
So is that just the robot mode, or does it transform?
Oh, this transforms.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this looks this good, and it transforms, and the Galvatron gun mode looks just as good too. Okay. The engineering that went into this thing is just ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, there's not much like greebling on the back. I mean, it's a badass figure. Nice. Just the fact that they were able to get all of the articulation. I mean, you can see he's got double jointed elbow there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I'm a fan of purple, so
here you are.
This fits. And I think they actually made like 2 or 3 different versions of this with different color schemes. There was like one that was like an alternate color, and then there was one that was more like the toy accurate color. Mm-hmm. Pretty wild. But this started me down a short path of buying some third-party masterpiece figures, and I think they're awesome.
Awesome.
And it was a huge surprise because I always thought of third-party as being crappy, knockoff, not very good. But man,
most people think it's a KO, it's a knockoff, it's third-party, but some of them are becoming actually pretty decent. I think Plenty of people have been talking about what is it, JT Toys or something?
Yeah.
CT Toys. Yeah. I don't ever buy them. So
Yeah.
but some of the people are like, oh, buy that figure instead of buying a regular one because you save
Yeah.
money and it's just as good. It probably came from the same factory.
But see that's different though, because that is a knockoff. They used the same molds from the same factory and just made the figure as cheaply as they could, and threw them out the back door. Whereas Galvatron there is all
completely
new engineering, all new design, all new tooling, machining, all of that stuff. It's an all original figure. It's just using the Hasbro's IP technically. So
cool.
what you got?
I don't have a bad. I'm done with the bad.
Okay.
Jiu-Jitsu was the bad. But I'm just going to hold up this Mezco to represent the 4 other ones I have back here with Biker Gomez, that guy, I can't remember his name, which is the snakehead dude, and Junkyard
Death
Jeff.
Adder.
Yeah, Death Adder.
Yeah.
Mezco continues to impress me with everything they do. This is the ultimate Snake Eyes, in my opinion. The Storm Shadow's just the same way. So just Mezco in general.
You've had Mezcos for a while, but recently you've gone kind of deep.
Yeah.
With the Rumble Society stuff, which I never thought you'd get.
I didn't think I was going to get into it, but there's right over here, this shoulder up there. There's Woodford. I like Woodford. Not just a drink, but the figure too. So yeah, it's Mezco's become the top of the line for me. It's top brands. So
cool. Yeah, me too, man.
All
right, I have one more pair left.
One more. Okay.
Okay, so we'll start it off with bad. And this is, I don't know. It's not a terrible figure, but I've got a couple of major qualms with it. So this is a Bandai Warhammer figure. This is not a Joy Toy. And one of the first problems that I have with this figure is it does not have a proper scale. This isn't 1/12 scale. This isn't 1/18 scale. Why didn't they just make him in a proper scale? The second major problem that I have with him is how much he cost. So I will say, luckily, I got him for less than half price. And I was still a little bit annoyed with how expensive it was. But I mean, he's got some cool ratchets. His articulation isn't bad. These 2 items here, so you've got kind of like a bone and a box, and then a scroll. They're all like sort of religious, symbology on these figures and stuff from the universe. These are metal, and this is a real metal chain, and that's really cool. But man, Joy Toy kills this stuff for so much more of a reasonable price. It's a proper scale. Joy Toy just absolutely blows this away. So it's a neat figure. I wish it was 1/12 scale. I mean, yeah, his fingers even move, only at the base knuckle. But man, I was just kind of like, I opened it and I was kind of like, well, geez, he needed to be, much larger to be in 1/12 scale.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just didn't really work for me all that well, but it's not bad, and so I'm keeping it. But regardless, he made my list because of the fact that he's not in a proper scale and he's way too much money. I think this figure might have been close to $300 new. I think I got him for about 90, maybe. It's been a number of years, but I actually got it directly from Games Workshop US at a sale at a convention. And I mean, they were practically giving them away based on their retail price. So anyway, go with Joy Toy. These guys are too expensive and not the right size. Okay, so a surprise. A good surprise anyway. Neo Hot Toys from the Matrix. You guys might, if you're regular viewers, long-time listeners, first-time callers. I've spoken of this figure before. So this is a figure that I got him at, like I pre-ordered him when I was deep into Hot Toys, and he showed up, and I just left him sit in the box. I wasn't like excited for him. For some reason, I was just like, meh. But man, when I opened him and started to like, put all of his weapons on him and get him kind of in that pose, I'll slide this out here.
Yeah, the backpack guns. Yeah.
So this is the base for him, looking like the lobby scene. He even comes with the duffel bag, which you can actually open up and put stuff in if you want. Nice. I've got it to where he's already dropped the, the big guns, and now he's, pulling out smaller, and he's still just loaded down. I've seen some people do some amazing poses where they're using the stand and they've got him like flipped over, doing that shot. But it just like made me happy. Playing with him, it just like I was like, man, this is really cool. Just kind of getting it to look all perfect and get the loadout. He's a badass figure. He sure is, Jay. And just yeah. With the Hot Toys figures, I always try to do kind of screen accurate poses and loadouts and stuff, and it was fun to go through and look at the scene and get some stills and like make sure all the guns are in the right spots and stuff. Not that I'm 100% correct or anything, but just that was pretty cool too. So
that looks pretty badass.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and the glasses do come off.
Nice.
So yeah, that was the last of our. Unless you have more.
No, I'm good.
All right, yeah, man. So that was kind of fun, dude. It was an interesting conversation. For me, there were different reasons for my disappointments. Mm-hmm. Some was value based, some was like lack of articulation. So it's we can be finicky. Yeah. Let's just call it that.
Hey, but I mean, there'll be more. So maybe we, in a year's time, we do it again. See what else. What else come up in a year? What's our surprise?
Hopefully fewer disappointments. But
yeah, hopefully
we'll see. I still buy stupid shit all the time.
And there's a thing about being at a con and being excited and all this stuff, the buzz and all this stuff going around. You're like, man, that's freaking cool. When you get it home, you're like, I bought this.
What was I thinking?
You're just being in a toy store, like, man,
yeah.
Because I could have bought something completely cooler than that Zujitsu figure. Because it was cheaper. I went with the cheaper option and regret it. So.
Well, dude, let's get. I got some new hotness I want to show.
Yeah, man, I got some too.
You want to dig into that?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Hold on. God,
you got a really cool new hotness. I know one of the things you got.
New hotness time. Okay. Man. Which new hotness should I go with first? All right. Are you making me go first? Why don't you go first? Because I gotta reach for something.
Never prepared, my friend.
Dude, my table was full. Are you giving me crap?
No, it's all good. Come on.
All right. You want spotlight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flying into the new hotness.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Oh, dude. This is actually a 1/6 scale Apache, but I saw it and I was like, oh, man, that's cool. Now, yes, I have a Dragonfly. It's right back there. And I have another one that's in a box. But I saw this and I kind of freaked out. It was like, oh, that's cool. And it was not too expensive. But I do want to figure out a way to put 2 pilots, 1/12 scale pilots in there. Or sell it straight out the way it is, because it's worth a little bit more than what I paid for it. So I don't know. I hadn't made up my mind. It is pretty heavy. I was considering like hanging it from the ceiling in like a action pose, and but it's pretty hefty. It was one of those things that was like, I'll take it, and from 2 tables over, and but I like it. The more I look at it, the more I handle this helicopter, I'm enjoying it. And if I can get 2 1/12 scale seats or something to put in there, I'll customize it and make it look cool.
That's pretty neat, man.
So
It
I don't
doesn't really look 1/6 scale. It looks like you really could kind of.
Yeah, you could. You really could. If you put this beside a dragonfly, it's
kind of
chunky.
stubby. Yeah,
It's stubby.
Yeah.
And because I mean, you look in there, it's pretty deep. You know, you can work that and make it look right. But the cool thing is the blades fold over, so
okay.
you can kind of store it a little different. You have to store it the right way.
Yeah.
But you know that completely spins. The tail rotor spins. It's got a little stress marks on the tail, but for what I paid for it, it's pretty cool. It's got an undergun. It doesn't really spin, but yeah, I love stuff like that, especially aviation. So yeah, I bought it.
Cool.
And then I was really conservative at this toy swap because the thing I'm saying is I kept saying this to myself. I gotta save that money for Ishkan. You got Sparrow with AWOC. You got Savage Crucible. You got Valaverse with an exclusive. Yes, I'm buying 4 of those. Out the gate, I'm buying 4 of those, maybe more. There's Mythic Legions and stuff is going to be there. Duarte Studios with cool custom stuff, and much more. So if you're able to come to Ishkan, do it. Ishkan.net. Check it out. It is going to be a good time. But for $10 a piece, I picked up another one of these Tracksuit Mafia guys, and I took the head off because I already had those 2 of the head sculpt and just put this David Harbour head on it. He looks Russian enough to be in a Tracksuit Mafia. So those were kind of hard figures to come by at one point. So I was like, $10 for that, I'll take it. And then I bought another Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord and customized it to a Cobra Trooper, like I do.
That works.
I have a squad of those now. They're 2, 4, 6, 7. That makes 7. And I almost bought more. I almost bought like 3 or 4 different other ones and just expanded that little squad. But I like making stuff like this. So yeah. And that's actually the head sculpt on this came from this guy. So it worked out. And I like throwing the helmet from Scrap Iron on the different people in different squads. That's kind of like a position, like you're, I don't know, a commander or tech guy or something. I don't know. So world building.
If the Valaverse exclusives are going to be limited.
So I think he limits them the first day. I think you can get 2. The main day, I think you can get maybe 3, and then Sunday it's unlimited.
Okay.
So he does limit it at first. So yeah, there's going to be people getting what they can get at each time, and Sunday is better get there early.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, yeah. Hopefully, Dookie was saying he's worried he might get there too late, but I think they always last all 3 days. So.
Yeah, I think depending on as long as you're there Saturday at a decent time, I think you're going to get it.
I'd expect so. All right, you got any more new hotness or?
That's it. That was me being conservative to go to Ishkan.
All right.
Oh no. There is one more thing.
Well,
there is one more thing, and you can see it.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes, and they're in there.
You got a BA Baracus. What did you use for him?
All right, so my initial BA Baracus was Gung Ho. Gung Ho will not fit in this thing.
No, he won't.
Body's too big. So I had another custom that had the Luke Cage body, and so I just head swapped. And so I need a better face and Murdoch. Murdoch's in the back of the van, but I need a better face and Murdoch. So I need either 3D sculpts or something. He's falling back down. He was on one knee, but yeah, I love this thing. It's it's my 18 van. And,
apparently Jay saw my quick little reveal that you made me ruin.
What? Oh, sorry.
I'm fucking with you, dude. All right. No take backsies.
We'll take back these. Oh yeah.
Yep, I picked up Starcom and a really nice box. Not sealed. I would not buy it sealed. I wanted to play with this, but it's still got the little collector's ID card thing. And
There's a lot of people that don't know what that is.
well, okay, so Starcom has a pretty interesting history. I think that, if I'm correct, I think they actually developed this toy line with NASA. And so this is the little vehicle that was in there. It has these treads that you can kind of like move out like this, so you can put them in multiple kind of terrain, things. The cockpit opens up. You've got your driver in there, looking pretty cool. The driver, I will take him out and close that back down. Yes, they have magnets on their feet. So
I had some of these as a kid, and I don't remember which set I had, but they are awesome.
they are awesome. And so, there was a gimmick with, I think, about all the figures where you push a button and you can see like the front guns popped out, it extended. You've got this big gun up here at the top, which you can then pull out. You've got this little gun, which you can pull up.
It almost goes into like battle mode.
Yeah, and so you could, kind of like put your wheels, your tank treads out like this or something, There's with that change, there's also another little spot in the back with a magnet that you can put the figure in. That does come off a little easier than I'd like, but yeah. So I don't know, man. I had these as a kid, and I remember loving playing with them. And God, this was probably one of those bad decisions because of the fact that I'm likely going to have to get a bunch more now.
Ooh, Evil Dookie, send me the link for 112 Murdoch. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah. So yeah, they're really neat. All sorts of little kind of actiony, bits that you can do with them.
Cobranomics says almost like air raiders. Yes.
Yeah, something like that. I don't think I actually ever had air raiders.
So I was directly responsible for what you paid for this figure, and here's why. This guy,
for what I paid for this,
probably more than you would have if I wouldn't have talked to this guy. This guy was pricing these figures when I walked over to him early on, and I was like, "Dude, you never see Starcom ever. What are you marking these up? Like, do you have them marked up at it?" He's like, he just flat out told me, he's like, "I'm probably marking these up about 50% of what they're actually valued at." And I was like, "Don't." And the reason is, I know some people like to flip things, and I was like, at least throw another 25% in there for you. You're still giving people a deal, but these are not things you see on a regular basis. And I hate this for somebody to kind of miss out.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about it, and when he told me that, I was like, dude, just mark it up. It's a little bit.
He might have marked it up, but he gave me a really good deal.
Okay,
so it seems to have worked out. This is another pickup. So last week I showed off the non-flaming version of this guy. So this one doesn't come with the soft goods, but he's got all this, kind of flame look. Some of his body is actually semi-transparent. And he also comes with like this flame thing that kind of goes around his neck. If I can get that on there.
So that's who that is. Okay. You had the Starcom stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, he was a nice dude. I probably should have bought everything he had, but I'm trying to kind of keep things together. But yeah, so this guy's super cool. He's going to go perfect with Savage Crucible. He's got a big flame breath weapon, which you can stick in his mouth. He comes with a sword, some extra hands, but cool figure.
Where do you get that at? That's pretty cool.
This is an import. I think it's Roman Key is the name of it. But yeah, they've got the regular one that I showed off last week on
like
5K.
Perfect for Savage Crucible.
Yeah, so this is the kind of, alternate paint version. I think I had to get this from Gundamit. So anyway, cool figure. What else did I get? Oh, I will show this one off real quick too. I ordered some stickers for the tires.
Send me the link for that, please. Please.
I'm excited. They should be here, I think, Wednesday.
So here's another thing I did. I went on YouTube because I wasn't paying to see any A-Team episodes, but you can watch some good A-Team clips on YouTube. And I was playing, as I was opening this, I was watching YouTube with the A-Team.
Oh, that's cool.
And now I want the blue California license plate to go on the front.
Oh, yeah.
And so I need somebody to make that. So send me the link for are they water slides or are they
Yeah,
just?
I think so.
Perfect.
I don't think it came with the license plate, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't. All right, so I switched views because, yeah, this is going to be difficult. This is the largest figure I own at this point. All right.
Wow. Oh, is that the Mondo Scarebo horse?
This is the Mondo Scaremare. This is him with his wings as pulled in as you can get it. And I'm still like, all right, I'm going to back up. There you go. He is massive and gorgeous. You can see he's like practically glowing in this light here already.
Yeah.
But all the chains are super cool. The armor is great looking and super well painted. The wings articulate and spread out even more.
I hope he's 30. You don't want that to take a dive.
No, you don't. He stands up really well, but I mean, dude, the wingspan on him I think is about 5 feet, maybe even probably right about 5 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, if you go like full spread out mode, but you can see like his wings are holding up even with it being, extended out. Like, I mean, Jesus, look at my arm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, he's gorgeous. He's going to be one hell of a centerpiece to go with Scareglow. Yeah.
You're building quite the He-Man Mondo section. I think
Dude, they're great. They are awesome. I really enjoyed like putting all of his armor together and getting the chains in all the right spots and stuff too.
Nice.
Which was neat because like not everything kind of came on him or together. As a matter of fact, all these chains up here in the front were off and in the box, as well as this front armor piece and the head and neck armor piece. And you can take, I've got the bridle in there, but he's got a really cool, horse skull head under there that, the jaw articulates and stuff. And these arms that hold the wings move really well. And yeah,
that's going to look really cool in the loft area at night when you just walk out in the dark and that thing's just glowing like.
Yep. That's the idea. And now I got to figure out how to put him back. Okay. So nice. I'm doing my best not to have him fall on the keyboard and make me exit out of the screen.
Done that.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. All right. Cool. So yeah, those were my pickups.
Cool.
My new hotness. But yeah, the box that thing came in too, man. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous. First off, painted from top to bottom. It had all that, embellishment like the Scareglow box did.
Right.
But I mean, all over this just gigantic box with cool artwork. It came with like a big, neat poster in it that was like signed and numbered. I think I got something like number 60 out of 1,300. So there's only 1,300 of those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. But yeah, man. So I think we want to do some other stuff now, right?
Yeah. Take my money. I only have one now.
You want to do your selfie or?
Oh, yeah. I got one take my money, but it's quick. And then I do have some fantastic photos before I get to the shelfie, but we can run through this pretty quick.
Okay. So we going to use sharing?
Yeah. Do you have? Yeah, just do that. Yeah, that'll work.
Sharing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Operation successful. Transformers
yeah.
Compendium set has been charged to my credit card. $350. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. But it's on the way. It funded. It hit the most absolutely credible campaign. What they're saying is this is, I mean, most funded comics Kickstarter ever. And I don't have any Transformers comics. I do now when this comes in.
Cool.
So excited for that. And that's all I got for Take My Money because it took my money today.
All right. Well, that was quicker than I was expecting, but I can take my money up here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, I don't think I have to say much more than that.
Take my money in 2 weeks. Yes.
Yep. And man, I'd like to get a clear one. I'll admit.
Everybody wants a clear one, my friend. I mean,
yeah.
If there's only 100 of these,
boards, thankfully, that's awesome.
that
So
looks
yeah,
so clean, man.
pretty cool. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
I think that's I'm with you, dude. I think that's all my take my money. I'm actually wondering if things have slowed down because of the T word. But we'll see. So what's next for you, man?
Back to the share screen.
All right.
And we'll do some fantastic photos.
Oh wait.
Get it.
Hold on.
Yes.
Got it. It's because it's fire. The fire.
I made file.
All right.
Okay. So JT Toys, Jason, is in NC Underground. We were both at the swap this weekend. Jason said he enjoyed watching the show, so thank you, Jason. We appreciate you watching. And he sent me this, and this is his R2D2 and flaming up the battle droid like in the movie, and I thought that was pretty cool. So check out JT Toys photos on Instagram and Facebook, I believe. And hopefully Jason's here tonight. I know he was earlier.
He was earlier, yeah.
Yeah, he was earlier. And then we're going to come over here to some really epic pictures. 80s pop culture, this rock and roll. I mean, this is, all I can say is both of these pictures is clear because they done took everybody out. I like the smoke. I like the fire. I like the fire effect.
You got the fully decked out gridiron accessories all over the.
In both shots, I think.
Not the vamp.
Yeah, it's the vamp.
It's the vamp. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got a nice setup here. It looks really good. And then this other picture, Destro's tired of Cobra Commander's BS, taking over. And I really like this one. This is a comic cover to me. Like, I just put the G.I. Joe logo down here or something, but I really like this. It looks really cool. And he did this as a collaboration with the Roper's Room. So follow 80s pop culture on IG, and he takes some really cool pictures. Well, now we're going to go to the Roper's Room because I didn't know who that was before I found that picture and talked to 80s pop culture. And he says, "Oh, I did that with Roper's Room." Well, I started following him, and then I found these really cool pictures. Mutt and Junkyard running through the swamp, attacking people. But this right here, this heavy duty and roadblock arm wrestling. Look, there's sweat on the figures. He added sweat to the figures.
That's cool.
I mean, it's just it tells.
I haven't gotten my heavy duty, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good figure, man.
I haven't gotten anything from Hasbro in ages.
You got Mr. Katzenbogen back here chewing on on the chocolate bar and drinking a beer. And, I love the story that this tells, and
Yeah.
it's really really fun, really fun. And then this epic one of in the swamp, man. I love it. I wish you could share the music that people share with these, because he's got Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, that works.
And,
That works.
this is awesome. But follow Romper's Room. He takes some really cool pictures. And moving on, this is Triple DDDX3, and he probably says it a different way, but I follow this dude on TikTok and IG, and I really like this setup. I want this Extreme Sets car, Subway car, because I have the Subway set, but I like how he's done this with all the Cobra Troopers. I gotta love
That
the
Subway car almost looks like it's out of that Cyberpunk wallpaper that they did.
Mm-hmm.
There was a famous shot in Cyberpunk where he was sitting there and there was, in a subway car, and it was looking behind him. Interesting. Sorry.
But no, it's okay. It's cool. And I like he's got the Valkyries in here too. They're the cleanup crew of Cobra. And, another shot from him on this. It's just, I like the perspective. I like the way he made it look. It looks real. And follow Triple DDDX3 on IG, and check him out on TikTok too. But that'll take you to the IG, which will probably lead you to the TikTok. But next is my shelfie.
Oh, okay.
This is me, my friend.
All right.
This is me, and I love this. I'm in love with it. So this is a couple pics I took recently of the new setup, the new Cobra throne room, and I'm digging it, man.
Looks good, man.
I gotta make a floor. The floor is not built out yet. That come in the back of an action figure. These are like cheap dollar store plates I found, but yeah, I love it. This is kind of my process.
Oh, a little behind the scenes.
Little behind the scenes, cutting foam. I've had this 8-foot long piece of foam in my garage for, I don't know, probably months now, 3 or 4 months. And I finally got out there to cut foam and mess around with this. I always do a black layer, first layer. It came together. So one thing I didn't do, and I need to go back and do it, and I probably won't, but I cut this one to make it look like stone, and this one's kind of square edged, but oh well. I got anxious and wanted to get it done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is what it is. But I think it looks pretty cool. I've had these for a while, and I took down all the figures that were there, and I left room so I can put the floor in. Like, I can raise this up and put a floor underneath it. But I got to move the trouble bubbles and stuff.
The danglers.
Yeah, the danglers, because I want to move those out and put them up on the ceiling over the battlefield, so that looks cool, but frees up some space here. But adds a lot more space on this shelf. I got a lot more figures I took from up here to kind of get into this area. All the Blood Serpent Death Squad's in here. Yeah, the Crimson Guard, the Black Mamas are up here with Dr. Mombender. So yeah, really had fun, and that's pretty much it.
Cool. Well, dude, we are at 9:30. I think we should probably. I'm going to go ahead and save my stuff, my fantastic photos, and I've got another little kind of news item, but I'm just going to save that for next week, because this was a full episode, dude, and I don't really want to race through and not do the pictures justice. So we'll head on back over here and say thanks for everybody for showing up. It was a fun one. I say that every time, I know, but I mean it.
It was.
Cobranomics says great photos. Yeah, we try to round some up. If we're happy to get people submit too. So just hit us up with any of our contact information, which should be in the description below. You can find us all over the place.
Evil Dookie, send me that stuff on the license plate for the van if you have it. And,
Oh yeah, and
and the wheels for me. Yeah,
and I'll put the information in our Facebook group. I'll put a post out to show that off. So
check out the Facebook group.
Yeah, come hit us up in the Facebook group. But with that, I think we should call this an episode.
We'll see you.
See you guys later.
Later.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase beast, I'm raising the stakes. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're